Hello, dear friends, colleagues, and community. My name is Maria Vinnicka. I am a psychologist and a co-founder of the Ukrainian Psychology Center, The Soul. And today in this video, on behalf of my team, I would like to talk about the impact of transgenerational trauma, about women and DNA, and about transmission and/or prevention of transgenerational trauma. In our work as a psychology center, and we've been providing free mental health support to Ukrainian women since the beginning of the full-scale invasion. So in our work, we hear a lot of stories from women, how they feel. And on this slide, you can have a glimpse of the emotional landscape of a lot of Ukrainian women now. A lot of them feel fear. A lot of them are scared for their lives and for the lives of their children. A lot of them are experiencing still shock, a sense of overwhelm, a sense of helplessness, anger, aggression, rage. Sometimes women say, I feel nothing. I just feel nothing. I don't know what I feel. A lot of them feel apathy. A lot of Ukrainian women are exhausted. It's been more than 3.5 years of the full-scale war in Ukraine, so there has been definitely many, many layers of grief and sorrow. A lot of women say, I feel so helpless, I feel so useless. A lot of them are having insomnia. A lot of them are having anxiety, panic attacks. A lot of them describe sometimes their state as, I think I'm going through hell. Many Ukrainian women feel lost, feel desperate, and nobody knows when the war will end and how the war will end. So imagine it's a human being. As you can see on the slide, there is an individual. And comparing to such a huge event as war, actually this individual is really tiny. The war is a very big event, and it brings a lot of big questions and a lot of overwhelming feelings with which you cannot cope, especially alone. You have many questions like why? Why me? Why us? Why our country? Why our nation? Why my family? The questions are getting more and more complex and difficult as people are experiencing more severe trauma. A lot of Ukrainians have gone through multiple losses already. And these losses are tangible and intangible. And in our work, pretty much from the very beginning of the full-scale war, we have been working with grief and losses. So what kind of losses Ukrainian people have experienced and are experiencing now, because the war is still there? The losses are tangible and intangible, and we work with people helping them cope with psychological trauma, pain, fears, anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, and many, many losses caused by the war. So what did people lose and are losing now? They're losing their life, their health, their relationships. They are losing their loved ones, colleagues, friends, neighbors. One missile attack, the next morning you can wake up with no more neighbors next door. A lot of people lost their homes and a place of living. Many people lost their work, savings, projects, financial opportunities, career path, and money. A lot of people are going through a very deep crisis of identity. Intangible losses are also very painful. Loss of hope, loss of a sense of safety, loss of meaning, loss of trust in international law, in the idea that government can protect you, loss of faith, loss of a sense of future, loss of a desire to live. These are all very painful experiences, especially when there are many, many layers of losses happening simultaneously. In our work, we predominantly provide services to women because men have to serve in the army, and in general, usually it's women who are seeking the help of psychologists. And it goes without saying that if there are no women, there will be no future, there will be no life, there will be no nation. And women in Ukraine, those who are in Ukraine and those who are outside of Ukraine, a lot of them are mothers, and they have to also answer very difficult questions that children are asking, especially those who are still in Ukraine, because they are experiencing daily existential threat. If you follow the news, you may see that sometimes it can be 700 drones and missiles a day attacking Ukrainian cities and towns. The air raid siren may last for 7 to 8 hours. And definitely as a result of that, there will be death, devastation, and destruction. What are the questions that children are asking their mothers now? There can be something like, Mom, does God see they're killing us? Does God see they're killing us? If we're bombed every day, are we still alive or are we already gone? Why does no one in the world protect the children? Can anyone protect us? Mom, will we ever have normal life again? And these are not questions from the history books. These are the questions Ukrainian children are asking their mothers today. 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds, 9-year-olds, 12-year-olds, hiding in basements, listening to missile sirens, evacuated from homes, walking to school knowing it may be shelled at any moment. Are the rockets flying straight at us? Will they hit us, these missiles? If I'm killed, Mom, will you find me? Are the people sending drones, are they still people? Do they have a heart? Do they have children too, Mom? How do you think? Will evil ever be punished, or is it always stronger? These are difficult questions, don't you think? At the Soul, as a psychological center, we've been providing free mental health support to women for more than 3.5 years. And these are very real questions that women are facing now. If I don't wake up tomorrow, will you still remember me? These are the questions that children ask. How do you answer that? How do you keep your heart from shattering? We need right now to have the vision for the future. And we understand that when we work with women, it means that we work with transgenerational trauma already. And this will be the key factor in transmission or prevention of the transgenerational trauma, how we support women right now. Why mental health support is so crucial for the people of Ukraine now. Our approach is based on post-traumatic growth model for all Ukrainians affected by the war. Yes, those who have experienced torture, women who were raped, who were war prisoners, they need more specialized care. We don't work with these cases. But in general, so many women in Ukraine and outside Ukraine who were forced to leave their homes need help. So why it is so important to provide this help now? World War II research shows that traumatic events will have its consequences for many generations if left untreated. And our programs is a treatment for these consequences. Ukraine is experiencing an unprecedented scale of war, A lot of people are deeply traumatized with a huge impact on their families and communities. And in our work, we want to prevent its long-lasting effects, the vicious cycle of violence, revenge, and hatred. And we want to help people recover and prevent the wars in the future. Because we have experienced the war ourselves, we know that this is probably the worst human invention. And we want to do everything we can to prevent this from happening again. And mental health plays a crucial role in how society will process the experience and trauma of war, whether it will recover or not. In Ukrainian Circle, this is our mental health recovery program, is such program that offers healing. Some more facts to consider when we think about mental health and why it is so important now. We know from research related to war and trauma that if left untreated, the symptoms will be impacting relationships and influencing family members, work relationships, communities, everything. And these trauma effects can impact generations. Conversely, timely trauma treatment, including educational materials, therapeutic interventions, and group support, have been successful in eliminating the intergenerational effects of the traumatic impact of war. Post-traumatic growth, and this is the foundation of our program, refers to an approach to treating trauma victims that optimizes their potential and possibility to heal from the effects of trauma. And the result, the ability to maintain hope and recognize new possibilities, to maintain healthy relationships, to develop a sense of spiritual change, meaning an inner sense of resilience, personal strength, and appreciation for life with a sense of gratitude. And in our work, we have developed a group approach to providing effective treatment and support. We started our work as a crisis center, doing a lot of one-on-one counseling. And later, we wanted to scale up our work and be able to touch more lives. So we designed the program that includes community healing and group support. And by providing educational videos, group and professional interventions, we maximize the potential for greater numbers of individuals, families, and groups to have the tools necessary to heal from the effects of trauma. And we genuinely believe that this can be a sustainable model because it can produce more evidence-based data that can be used to apply for further research. And also it will allow to tap into the inherent healing power of the community. And we know that community healing is a very, very ancient therapy tool. And we also believe that the model that we have designed, yes, it is helping to prevent the effects of transgenerational trauma, and it can also be used by other countries, by other communities that experienced humanitarian crisis. This is something that gives us hope. Sometimes we wonder whether we're doing enough, and we ask ourselves, how can we impact more lives? And something that keeps us going, even when we can do a little bit, is we remind ourselves about the concept of ripple effect of care. What it means that when we touch one life, it is always has a ripple effect of healing and care on many other lives. Imagine there is a woman who has experienced trauma, and if you help this woman, if she feels better, she has more hope, she regained her confidence, she is more resilient, she is far more capable to be a better mother to her children, a better colleague to her colleagues. She will also impact positively her family members, the community, and actually the whole system where this woman is going to be. So if you would like to learn more about the tools and practices that we used in our Ukrainian Circle program, please visit our website. You can go to ukrainiancircle.com.ua. You may find there stats, analytics, data, and reports about our crisis center work from the first year of the full-scale invasion, about our Ukrainian Circle first pilot in 2023, and then Ukrainian Circle in 2024. Our website is still work in progress, so there's not yet data about the 2025, but our mid-year report for 2025 is available on LinkedIn, or you may just drop us a message and we will gladly share with you what we have done this year so far. And we hope that our experience can be also helpful to other organizations and communities who can benefit from the work that we do. As an NGO, we are looking for partners, friends, and stakeholders who want to be part of our mission and cause in supporting mental health recovery in Ukraine, and who want to support healing of Ukrainian communities and actually creating models for sustainable, lasting peace and compassion globally. So if you feel that this cause resonates with you, you may also support our work by visiting our website, and we're always grateful for any amount and any donation. And if you have some friends who might be also interested in supporting this work, we would appreciate a lot if you could spread the word. Thank you for your compassion, thank you for your attention, and thank you for being with us today.